Hey kids, Mark Miller here. Just playing around with the buttons over here, making things, make sure that everything's working. Looks like we're okay to go. Let me show you what we're going to do today. We'll get right into that. We were working on the setting up conditions for the non-player characters. And we already have conditions working for the regular characters. So for example, Miles, for example, who sits over there next to Fred, could gain the conditions like this. Cody Gorilla's in here! It says Happy Friday! Look out, Cody Gorilla, all those conditions are coming up! So yesterday we kind of extended this. We did some cool stuff yesterday. We had this code that worked in this direction right here, and then we extended it to work in the other direction, kind of flipping upside down. So there's a fair amount of refactoring involved there. Let's get those creatures out so we can see them. Let's see here. Go up one. Show all targets. I don't have any targets yet. Okay, let's go make some targets. And I'm not getting response. Interestingly enough, nothing's happening on the front layer. Wonder why that is. Let me refer. Oh, it's not the front layer, it's the back layer. Oh, on this page, I don't have the background. That's why. Okay, on Coding Gorilla, when Coding Gorilla comes in, let's fix that. It's an OBS issue. I made some changes to where the back layer is going to be placed. And I need, I think, to copy that. Let's go back to Coding Gorilla. We may see Coding Gorilla again if I switch back. You know what, let me do this. I'm just going to place a note here so I can fix it off when we're not doing this. Coding Gorilla back scene. All right, no worries. We will close that down. Let's refresh the ones we do have. Okay, that was not intentional. The button mispressed there. Looks like those are now refreshed. Boy, all kinds of mispresses here are happening. Hold on a second. All right. There we go. Just want to make sure I have what I'm expecting to see here. Let me open up some pieces I need so I can quickly refresh pieces. Okay, good. All right. So these guys right here, the targeted ones are the ones that are going to be impacted. So for example, if I want to give conditions to just these two that are targeted, I can come in and now I can do this. So we basically got the same thing working. The observation happens at the end of the show. That is, you know what, those really should be wrapped. They should be at least 2 columns wide and maybe 3. Which means we've got to figure some stuff out. Right now, when we take one away, we're dealing with only 1 column, so everything is easy. Once we start adding a couple columns, it's going to get trickier. So that's what I want to do. Also, we have this scenario right here that happens sometimes. And I've got a restack button on here, but when I hit the restack button, nothing works. It doesn't restack. So I want to kind of figure out that restack problem too as well. I have to actually add one. That condition can happen if I'm kind of mashing the buttons, hitting them really quickly. Did I get it? No, not quite. There we go. So I've duplicated the condition right there, and the only way to solve it is by adding a condition and just letting it. Is that right? Or no, I have to take one away. There we go. And then they kind of, yeah. So we definitely need the restack to work. I'm going to look at the restack problem first, and we'll get that to work. And it actually occurred to me that the way we're calculating these, we're using the actual Y position to figure out the stack. So if something's being thrown in and then something else happens, like we take something away, the Y position of where the throw is determines where it is on the stack, and we really should be using the target position. So we could probably prevent this situation from ever happening again with a little bit of clever changes to the code. So we'll look at that. The other thing that I realized we need to do that we're not doing, let me write these down. There's two things we need to do here today that are not what I said we were going to do. Conditions. Well, I've got my conditions blocked down here. Let's go down in here. And we need to move conditions left or right. We need the NPC conditions left or right in response to NPCs joining the, I guess we'll call it the field of view. Joining the scene, maybe is a better word. Okay, I'll show you what I mean by that, and you can see the problem. If I were to have TL Cloudflare leave the scene, watch what happens. These animate, but these don't go with it. These need to stay with their character. If I were to go into Denji and now add another one to Denji and Lady Tirania, actually let's take off Lady Tirania. Whoops, I did Denji. Let's switch that around here. So I want to add one to Denji. It should go in the right spot, but it'll go like it's stacked at the right height. So let's see what happens. Prone. Now let's see what happens when I take off restrained. Will these all move over here? I think they will. There you go. So we need to move those across when we insert characters to the left or to the right. And an insert to the left looks like this, right? So all of those need to be moved over. We need to make all of that work. So let's clear that targeting that we've got. And get rid of those blinded, charmed, and what's that? Unconscious. And let's get Lady Tirania's. And oh, you know what's interesting? I just realized this is potentially a usability issue, but if I have two targets and I hit like blinded, it'll take it away from Tirania, but it'll add it to Denji because it's a toggle. That's kind of interesting. And if I hit it again, it'll do the opposite. That's kind of interesting. Same thing with restrained. That's interesting. And I don't have a great idea. I don't have a great workaround idea for that, but something to definitely let the DM, the dungeon master, know about. All right, let's get rid of all of these. Fatigued. Switch over to 10, and get rid of blinded and restrained. And then finally, let's hide all of those guys so we can just see more on screen. Okay, so the issues we have to do, we have to move NPC conditions left or right. We need to essentially wrap conditions across multiple columns. And this I think gets potentially non-trivial when I've got things jumping in and moving in and out. You know, in other words, as I'm like building stuff up, I have to move this over here and that over there, and then something else changes, and now we're like, oh, okay, wait, now we've got to reposition and move things here. So in the middle of animation, we might change things up. This is why it's important to not use the current X and Y position, which I was using before to figure out the stack, but to use its destination X and Y position. That's what we need to do. So we've got that, and we have the restack button needs to work for NPC conditions. I'm actually going to solve the restack button first. I'm going after that one first because I have a suspicion that if we do this, if we implement in the other order and we use the destination X and Y position for positioning, that we may completely solve the bug that requires us to have the restack, right? But there's also possibility we might create an edge case scenario where that bug occurs and the restack, and we think we've solved it, and then maybe during a show or in an important time, the bug occurs and we can't really effectively fix the bug quickly. And so I want to go after restack first. I also think this is going to provide some insight into an area of the code we haven't looked at yet, which I think is important. And so I'm going after it. That's my reasoning for going after it, even though you could also make an argument that fixing this and the pieces needed to make this work will get rid of the need for ever having a restack button. And if that's the case, we can always delete that button if we want to do that. Let me get rid of the drone right here. All right, and all right, let's go after restack. Let's figure out what's going on with that.
Let's make this code dance.
Let's make this code dance. So I've got restack player conditions. Oh, could it be that's in the condition manager, but it's the player conditions? This could be the problem. Oh yeah, I can sure do that. Right there. Thanks so much. All right, let's go back, and I have to make another to-do note for me. Also, remove the chat box from all 200 plus scenes that still have it. Okay, that's my to-do for after the show. All right, so it looks like we're not actually calling what we need to call. This could be a simple fix. Let's drop a marker here. I want to rename this actually for a second. I want to call this restack conditions. What's going on with this? Existing player stats. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're going to get individual player stats for each one. This is coming in and being called once per player. So this is, the player stat manager kind of initializes this. I'm thinking I might want a different communication mechanism here. I'm not entirely sure. I'm considering sending a separate command out. Let's see what we can do. Let's go into let's see, I want to go to the back game is what I want to do. I want to kind of see how the back game works with the condition manager. I think we have a reference to it in here. Is it true? Nope. How are we drawing the conditions from back here? I'm totally forgetting what we've got. It's an in-game creature manager. That's what it is. Okay. So here's the thing. We need to route the command into this guy because this guy's got the condition manager right here. Let's see how we are routing existing commands inside of here. I've got an update in-game creature. Update in-game creatures. Here we go. So my idea is this, that we're going to add a new command here called restack NPC conditions. Like that. That's what I think we're going to do. Let's put it nearby this. So, I'm wondering, do I really need the in-game creature DTOs? All right, we got a marker here. Let's go find our way back to the other place where we were. Getting closer to it here. Update player. Restack. Sorry, I want to go to restack conditions. We're ultimately calling in condition manager stack condition sprites. We're passing in a player ID. Okay. 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 All right, so we basically need this. I'm going to rename this back. I think I started the change I made. I'm going to undo this. Restack player conditions. I'm going to keep this where it is. Condition manager dot stack condition sprites. Don't have it. Is it private? It's private. Okay. Get sprites for player. Yeah. This we can change to creature. And a creature is like an ancestor for a player or a monster or an NPC. So that can work right there. Get sprites for creature. Animate sprites vertically. The worldview seems to be a piece that's important to that. We wrote that code yesterday. There's the pieces needed to stack those. And as I look at this too, I'm thinking, oh man, this is going to require some serious refactoring to get this to wrap, I think. Specifically here in the stacking code. Okay, so I think we're going to do this. And is this bound? I'm trying to remember if this is bound automatically in a for each. I feel like there's a change that has happened. I'm like hitting dot here looking for a bind, and I'm hitting dot here looking for bind. Nothing's coming up in IntelliSense. So I'm thinking maybe it's changed and fixed. Yeah, it should be. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so now we're going to say creature dot ID index. We're using index here for our in-game creature DTO to store the equivalent of an ID. So that's, where is it? Somewhere in here. Should see index. There it is, right there. So we're using that to be for its unique ID. We need its target X position. And I think there's a this.getX. Is that right? And of the creature. The scale. How did this guy get scale? I'm forgetting how I calculated the scale before. Maybe I hard coded it. It's so funny. I remember numbers way more than I remember the names of what, you know, or where something is. So I'm like, oh, I know that was 0.75. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to make a I'm going to make a constant. It's going to be our NPC condition scale. And I'll make that 0.75. Like that. So we'll get rid of this. Copy that. I'm going to duplicate that. Get rid of that. Put the times between the two of them. What's my problem here? We are in the condition manager, right? Oh, we're not. Let's go to the condition manager. Is that inside a function? Well, it's not anymore. Oh, I guess it must have been because look. Yeah, look at the syntax. You're totally right. Try again. Yeah, that's where it was, but it's funny because I was thinking it was out of it, but you know, kind of weird. Like, I think today's a little weird today. I'm not sure my, oh, look at you! It's a little kitty! So cute! It's a dangerous world, little kitty. You've got to watch out. You'll learn these things when you grow up, little kitty. You'll learn how to defend yourself when you get bigger. That's right. Just keep watching the show. Everything will be okay. It's PyroCat! It's on a little kitty! TypeScript fails. Yeah, these are Mark Miller fails today. That's what's happening today. I'm kind of like just kind of getting myself my own comeuppance here. You know what's going on, kids. All right, I think that's good. I think that's good. And let's go back to wherever the heck I was. There's where I was. And we're going to get that scaled there. The world view is going to be flipped. And we got a sound manager. Might that actually work? Well, I think we got to call it, right? We gave it a special command. So process in-game creature command. That's coming from update in-game creatures, which is bound to update in-game creatures. Let's go jump over to our D&D app. Up here. See if we can find something like that. That I think is my source right there. Update in-game creatures. I essentially want to duplicate something like this. That's what I want to do. But I want to call this Restack. in-game creature conditions. That's what I want to do. Is that still on the clipboard? That's not what I want. Is it on the clipboard? Is that what I named it? Because I'm like, I don't like that name. What did I say? No, I just copied that to the clipboard apparently. Let's find our way back. Restack NPC conditions. That's what I wanted. Okay. So there is that. Creatures, where they're on screen. And I'm going to update them. And this one here, I don't need to do this at all because that's just for the damage piece that's happening. Next, I want to find where this is being called, likely in response to a Stream Deck command. Toggle target. It's actually in a number of different places here. Here's my restack. I think I've got another restack command out here. Restack conditions here. There we go. Called from, this is a Stream Deck command right here. Okay, so here's where I want to call that other piece right here. So it's going to restack both the players and the in-game creature conditions. That's got a chance. It's got a chance of working. Why not? Let's give that a try. So let me close down the other one and then we'll start this up. Are you coughing, honey? Oh no, that's not good. We got the Rona. Yesterday I was like, well, I don't have the Rona because nobody else is getting this. I've been coughing for about a week. But it's mild. But still, it's not going away. And then, so I was like convinced it wasn't because it would be highly contagious by now. Someone in the family would have had it. All right, this is up and running. I'm going to put that on another screen. Let's stack some stuff up here and see if we can reproduce the problem here. Let's make Denji the target. Let's just... Got it. Okay. So there's the problem. I'm going to hit the restack button. Nothing! Oh! Not good. Let's make sure it still works down below. There we go. Let's hit the restack button. All right, works down below. So let's figure this out. Restack. NPC conditions. Update in-game creatures. So update in-game creatures. You know, I almost think I want to throw... I think I want to throw a console log at this and see what's going on. In-game creatures are on the back. Inspect. Console. Let's add stunned. Whoops, not there. I want to add it to the in-game creature. There we go. Okay, no problems here. Let's hit the restack and see what happens. Anything? Oh, wow. In this one, it moved to a different location. Does that mean I just haven't refreshed on the main stream? Is that my problem? Maybe that's what my problem is. All right, let's go figure that out. So... Okay, hit restack. That restack's not doing anything here. Really interesting that it kind of did something over here. Maybe not. Try restack. Yeah, look what's going on. Why is that working, but not the other? Or at least when I say working, at least moving to an interesting place. The other one is not. They should both be identical after a refresh. I'm going to refresh them both at the same time and just see what's going on here. And then now refresh them both right there, send their data over. Now hit some buttons. Okay, they both have the same problem. Hitting the restart button now. What's going on? What is going on? Why do I have movement on one but not the other? Let's make another change. This is a little bit curious to me. Let's make another change. Hold on, I'm going to turn off the front overlay and the back overlay. I'll turn that on in a second. I want to make another change for, let's go to my condition manager. And let's go look at my Q calculation in here. Those are my player hue shifts. I'm interested in the other hue shift. It's flying a little low today. You better pull up, Jetsam. Jetsam, I said pull up. Pull up, Jetsam. Get out of here. Really? That's the only place it's done? Come on, that doesn't make sense. We should be adding a, maybe I've got something else other than hue shift in here. Let's do this. Let's go look for add shifted. This is an add condition right here. Condition glow. Let's look at where condition glow is added. Is it only that one spot? What I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the color to green and see if it updates on both. It's only this one spot. So I'm going to change this to green like that as a test, and we're going to refresh both of these. And there's one set, and refresh this one, and now refresh the data, and now throw some, yeah, one is not actually refreshing. Okay, that makes sense. So what do I got to do? I can't just, what's interesting is I used to be able to turn it off and turn it back on, and by seeing that it would indicate it's a refresh. But it is not refreshing it. Let me go into properties in OBS. I'm bringing up this dialog right here for the stream, and I'm just going to click this button. See if that works. If it's like a harder version of it. Send over the data. Let's throw one up. That worked. Okay, so now if I hit restack, what happens? They just all move away. Okay, well at least we now have consistent behavior. Let's look into that. My X is not doing well. The get X, what's happening in get X? Get parchment sprite for creature. I just want to make sure that restack NPC conditions is only, yeah, it's only putting the on-screen creatures. It's only working with those. Okay, let's go back. I'm having an idea on the problem. Stack condition for sprites, we're getting an index. Let's see what's happening here. Get sprites for creature. That looks like it's good. Animate sprites vertically is going to take those collected sprites back. And only if there's anything in it is it going to go do that code. The rest should have no impact. Well, hold on. I want to go back into stack condition sprites again. Where is it figuring out the Y position from? Ah. Okay. Well, let's see where we can find animate sprites vertically being called from another place. Remove condition with animation. This is more along the lines of what we're looking for here. I want to extract this, and I want to call this get stacking start Y, like that. Stack height below, condition icon length. I don't want to pass that in. I'm going to just recalculate it again. Whoops. Right here, condition icon length. I don't want it there. And I do need the scale though, don't I? Maybe I keep it? I'm going to keep it. Change the order of these. Okay. The stack height below, I'm going to default that to 0. Okay. Let's clean this up. Okay. Let's go back. I want to get rid of this. And I want to do something more like this, I think. Make that public. Should be no stack height below. So this is my starting Y. The X is still off screen. We haven't figured that yet. I want to call this animate sprites vertically. The sprites above, I need to get all the sprites. This is going to be my X. Everything else we have, it looks like. What, world view? We got that? We don't have world view. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let's go find, let's get the rest of the pieces we need. Get sprites above. I'm moving this out because I want to extract this into, can I not extract that? Oh, because there? No, that's the end of the method. Why can't I extract that? Okay. Still, it doesn't like the returns, I think. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's extract that. And then with that extracted, put this down the bottom here. All right, better. Now, compare condition state. I just want to pass in creature ID. Okay, what's that sprite right there that's being passed in? That's my Y. So we're going to call that Y. I think what I want to do is this. I think I want to say if Y is undefined, then we're going to push it no matter what. So that just gets us all of them. Otherwise, if the world viewed is this or the world view is that, all right, work our way back. Return result on that. Let's make it not private. Creature ID. Sprites, I think in this case, are this. Hold on, I've got a problem here. I need to fix. All of this needs to get down in there. So we just need to get X here at this level, and then we're going to go in there because that's going to tell us where we put it. Okay, so let's go declare that method. I'm going to simplify this code a little bit. Get sprites from stack is returning an array of sprite proxies. So we're going to declare that. So there's two we need to worry about here. There's conditions is one of the sprites. Condition sprites above. That's one of them. And I'm going to pass in undefined here. all right. I think I'm going to extract this out. I need to call this twice. Once for that, and a second time for the glow. And they have different origins, X and Y. So there's that, and then glow. Everything else looks good. Okay, I don't know if this is any better. We'll see. Go to the drag and back overlay. I'm right clicking it. We're going to properties saying refresh that cache. Refresh the data. Bring out these kids. Genji's targeted. Interesting, I'm hitting buttons to bring them out. Nothing's happening. That one. I'm hitting Charmed. Deafened. I hit a whole bunch at once and they didn't come out like they normally do. The glow color change, it did Coding Gorilla. I changed it to green to test because the overlay wasn't refreshing. Even though it gave signs and indications it was refreshing, it wasn't loading the new code. All right, now is it working? Can I put a bunch of these out? I guess it is working. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit the restack button. Not bad. The X is totally off, but they look like they at least did something. Like I was expecting that to happen here. Let's see if we can get rid of them. They come back when I do this. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can see from the glow lined up on the left edge. It is right there. It thinks X is 0. Okay. Why is get X? Get parchment sprite for creature. Get sprite for creature. Passing in the parchment sprites. Here are the data for these sprites. I'm using data differently in two different ways here for two sets of sprites in the same interface. It's a little unnerving. Here the data is an in-game creature. Elsewhere it's a condition state over in the condition manager part of the world. I don't understand why this is failing to find it. If we look at, is the problem that we're passing in a different creature? I think that's my suspicion. That's my problem. Yeah. Here's the problem. I need to go to this dot in-game creatures. Let's go find where I am finding. I need to find the right in-game creature. I think that's the problem. It's saying, well, that's just DTO. It's not the same, maybe. I'm looking for something that's got a find here that's looking and comparing the indexes and then getting it, the existing one here. I'm not sure if I'm, my eyes feel like they're kind of glossing over a little bit here. Wait, is this it? Get in-game creature by index. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. There's an array.find. I just wanted to use the existing one there. And there we go. And I think this is going to solve it. I'm kind of, if it doesn't solve it, I'm like, what? What's my next idea? There we go. Get in game creature by index is a little bit different from the array.find, I think, because I'm actually making sure we're only getting things that we're not in the process of removing as well. So let's try that. The back overlay, right click it, choose refresh, send the data, bring these out, get a messed up state. There we go. Hit restack. Okay, good. Getting closer. All right. Okay, so that X here, we need to revise that. I think if I tapped index reference on the get X, I'll find the code that does that. Where is this? Update in-game creatures, conditions. Here it is right here, right edge. We're passing that into update conditions. Where's the right edge? Remove condition, add condition. There's the right edge. What are we doing with that right edge? Add shifted, really? Did I miss some math? Let's go back. Oh, here we go. There's the math I missed. So this is going to be, I'm going to refactor this. I'm going to see if I can extract that. Extract the method in there, and this is going to be get condition right edge, like that. That's what I want. All right, let's go find that getX that we're using. Here we go. We want to use that instead. All right, one more time. Properties, refresh. There we go. Hit restack. Okay, good. Finally. Wow. All right, so the restack works. Here's the restack. Nice. Okay. So that was the problem. We were bringing in a DTO, trying to find it, see if we could identify it. We were treating it as if it was an in-game creature, and it wasn't. It was just the DTO with the right properties. That did work. That did work. So good, good, good. All right, next. Let's fix the 165 color shift here. Not here, condition manager, I think. There it is right there. Okay, there's that. Okay, cool. So that now works. Move that down. By the way, in fixing this, I saw a lot of code that's going to make this harder. This is like, I'm now like, oh man, can I do this in a day? I don't think I can. Also, I have a stop in about, I think, an hour from now, so I think I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to work on this one next, though. Move the NPC conditions left or right in response to things like that happening. That, I think, should be pretty easy to do. That's what I want to do next. Let's go into the targeting for those. Let's remove and clean these up. Probably the faster way to do it is to right-click.
Genescu 7, where are you? We need your help!
Genescu 7?
Alright.
I hope you come here soon. Yoda and Genescu 7. This is what we need to save the day. Alright, so I'm going to do this right here. Move NPC conditions left or right in response to NPCs joining the scene. Let's do that next. And then we'll get as much as we can do of the wrapping before we have the hard stop today. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Alright, so let's look at that moving left and right code that we have out here. Trying to remember how I get in there. Let's go over to our in-game creature manager. Let's just see if I've got any methods with the word left or right in it. Okay. Do I have anything with move right in it? No. Let's tap Control key and then just hit 4 for file and see what we have here. Now this one is actually an interesting method. It's close. Really? Genescu 7? Dude! It's Friday. Okay, fine. Move creature 2. Aha!
Dance battle!
There's no dance battle today, kids. Well, if there is, I'm going to win. All right. Move sprite to 2. This is moving everything. Is what it's doing. Now, let's look at this. Get sprite for creature. Move time, adjusted, ease. Adjusted X is equal to target X. We're specifying minus the sprite's origin X. All right. We need something similar like move conditions to, because conditions are different. Actually, we need that in our condition manager. We want to pass in the index. I think that's all we need. And I'm going to say move NPC conditions to. And I don't need this. That's what I need. All right, let's build that. I'm just looking at the top of the this bar right here, and I'm thinking this is a lot of space dedicated for just to tell me what path the file is. I'm way more concerned about that. Maybe this. Just kind of looking at all this and how we're doing this. I also don't like this when I move into it and I'm like, wait, where am I? I have to realize, oh, I'm inside a function. So it's not going to tell me the class name, which is often the most important thing. Also, wait, what's going on with tsconfig.json? Why is that showing up here? What is that? Oh, it's the project. Okay, yeah, this is, I'm like looking at this with a real critical eye here. So it's not telling me the class I'm in, which is important for me because I have multiple classes in the file, but it's telling me the project it belongs to. It says use the drop-down to switch to other projects this may belong to. That's interesting. I wonder if that's useful. Okay. Creature index, my target X, my delay milliseconds on how we're going to move it to that. Okay, good. Let's come back over here. I want to just grab the code from here because we are going to need something similar. The move time is kind of interesting being here. The delay milliseconds is how long before it starts doing that. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Don't say sorry on that. That's actually helping me out. Check that panel. Thanks, thanks, thanks. You can move this out. Lost my E. There it is. Okay. Okay, I want to pass over my move time as well into here. And I wanted to grab this code right here and go back down in here. Okay. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to need to get the glow and the conditions. And I'm going to need code that's kind of similar to these two lines of code here. Also, I think I need a sound manager. I need to play sounds. I have one from back over here. It's from remove in-game creature. Really? I don't have a sound manager? Right there. I'm going to start adding this parameter in here, passing it down. Move in-game creature. You get a sound manager. And you get a sound manager. Everywhere I add it, I'm going to set it to null just in case I'm calling it from anywhere else. And you get a sound manager. Like that. Okay. So now I've got a sound manager in here, which I think is going to be important because we need to do... Wait, do we need one or not? I was thinking we were going to need to do clicks. We're actually not. I just went through all of that and I don't think I need it. I'm going to keep it for now, but I don't think I need that sound manager down here anymore. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking it's going to need to click as pieces move. I'll keep it for now instead of undoing all that work. All right. I need calls similar to this. This is why I thought I needed, because I saw these calls with a sound manager in it. Okay, try to get some more. I'm trying to get my critical thinking on a little bit more here. Yeah. Two, 4. That's really weird. I'm not liking that name at all. Let's change the change this up a little bit. Move NPC condition sprites. Let's do that. Two. Okay, I like that better. We need that creature index. We need the target X. The start Y we don't need. We don't need the condition icon length, I'm pretty sure. And we don't need the sound manager, I think. I'm pretty sure about that too. Okay. Let's declare that. We want something like this moving down a little bit here. And we got our sprite, so this adjusted X is now working. But there's something else though with this. We need to actually kind of need this added to the end. I think I'm going to extract this. I'm worried about like circular references here. I want to put this in condition manager, but I'm worried about the order in which these are declared. Seems to be a big deal if I reference in-game creature manager from condition manager, and then I've got, because I know I've got a reference from in-game creature manager to condition manager. I know I have that. Never fear, Pudding's here. Pudding's here. Hey, Pudding. Looks like my credit card.
Hi, Pudding. Oh, Pudding's here.
I think I just saw my credit card being handed to a child. And the door is closed. I should check my wallet. No, that wasn't mine. All right, everything's okay. Everything's good, kids. She's just trying to make me panic. All right, I don't know. I don't like any of my solutions for this. I can either copy this expression. Should have started with hide your wallet. Yeah, that's what Pudding said. I found my credit card, baby. It's not mine. You're just trying to make me panic.
All credit cards are my credit cards.
I'm going to copy it for now. I don't like it, that solution. The adjusted X is now where it needs to move to. Because these are right aligned, I need to put that offset over there, I think, to make all that work. That's what I need, that code there. And then now I need to find all the sprites in here. And sprites has got another property called sprites in it. I know it's got this weird naming kind of thing, but now I can come in and do a for each on that. And I think I can do something like if sprite dot data is condition state, or maybe I'll just do as condition state. Let me just create this first. As a okay, here's my condition state. If condition state then if condition state and condition state dot creature ID is equal to creature index. Maybe I'll rename this to ID, like that. If those are equal to each other, this is a sprite that I want to move. So then I'm going to go do this. Sprite.ease, performance now. If I miss my other pieces, I need to get in that's when it starts, the left-right move time. So interesting I have this here. I see, okay. And I kind of got the circular reference here anyway. That move time is going to be passed in. And no sound manager. Okay. You okay, Karen? Karen's cracking herself up, I think. You all right, baby? These methods have too much text. I think, are you talking about that? Or are you talking about this? Because I'm kind of with you. This is like, I'm like, you know what I can do? Let's do this. Let's take the condition margin and let's move it over to the condition manager. Then all of this starts to solve itself. All right, let's say condition margin. Let's go jump in and grab this. Now we can solve this a better way here. Karen Scotty, what's cracking you up right now, honey? You okay? I always say hello. What do you mean? Wait, now? Oh, now he says hello. Wait, what am I missing here? Yeah, super long lines. I always say hello. What do you mean? All right, let's go fix that. We're fixing those lines. I think you're right. But now that we've all of these, this is essentially another constant, I think. At the very least, it's a static method on condition manager, one of the two. I said hello like 20 minutes ago when you first got here. You snubbed me. Oh, Pudding. Pudding's in trouble. At least I never get in trouble. My brain's still half asleep. Something's going on with my brain, kids. I don't know what it is. I'm hitting my refactor key too, and no options for refactoring this. These are all constants, right? Let's double check that. Yeah, read only. Yep, read only. Let's move this closer to the other constants at least, though. All right, so we got to come up with a name for this. So the icon length times its scale plus the margin, condition margin. Condition size plus margin is what I think I want to call this. Condition length including margin. Do I have that on the clipboard? Nope, I didn't put it on the clipboard first. That's what I want to get on the clipboard. Right there. Then go forward. Just declare that. Okay, condition length including margin. Now let's go find where else we've got this condition length. There's the multiplier. That multiplier is happening in several places. Here we go, right here. All right. Okay, so better, right? Up here we got some problems here. It's not fitting. You're right. We got a lot of parameters up there. In fact, I think a general criticism of this is that I've allowed my parameter counts to grow on this to make this thing work quickly. That was my criteria for success on that. So yeah, we've got some issues there. Keep in mind as we move forward. I probably won't do any shows called that where we refactor that because I don't think that's exciting. I think there's a shot this is going to work now, though. I'm not sure what else to do. I'm just going to run it, and we're going to see what happens. Ha! Nice. All right, I'll take that. Way better. All right, and we got 30 minutes to solve a problem that I think we need a couple hours to solve. Let's go to our checklist. Oh, you know what we don't do though? There's something else. What happens when I remove 10? That's problematic. And when I add 10, now it wants to put it with the Lady Tyrannia instead. Dang. Just keep the show going till midnight. Okay. We have a problem. This target X is it going to work? I'm just not sure. Let's see here. If we add an 8, now that actually is in the right place. Let's add a 6. There we go. So it is stuck with it as long as it's on screen. That all works. But when it leaves, we need to make it leave. And when it comes back, we need to make those conditions come back. I was thinking we were going to do this today. I advertised it, but we're not doing this today. We have a couple more we have to build here. We need remove NPC conditions when player is removed. And also I think add NPC conditions when the player is added. This one I'm actually wondering about. I'm not so sure about this because if they're on screen we know about them, but I don't know, does in-game creature have its conditions? It does. Okay, cool. So we can add those when that player is added. All right, let's worry about removing. Let's implement the removing one first. Remove NPC conditions when a player is removed. That's what I want to do. So when we get rid of 10, 10's conditions go away as well. Remove in-game creature. That's where we're removing it. But I think we know it before we get in here. I think what I want to do is right about here, call this dot condition manager dot remove I want to fade these out because they're not. I don't want to use the explosion animation because that's going to be a different. That's going to indicate that it just no longer has that condition as opposed to the creature's no longer on screen. So we're going to fade out the condition and we're going to pass in the index. Is that all we need? I think it is. going to kind of copy this here. We're going to call this fade out NPC condition sprites. Pass the creature index. I think I want something similar to this. And we're going to take in the sprites, the creature ID. Actually, I think I want to fade them all out immediately, but the fade time I think I want to pass into it as well. Fade time. I don't think there's a delay. And what's my fade time here? Time between moves. That's the time. Wait, that's time between moves. That's not what I want. Move creature 2. Move sprite 2. Left, right move time. That's what I think I want my fade time to be. It's about 3/4 of a second. All right, back in here. What do we need here? If the state is that and we match, we get a match, we're going to say sprite dot fade out now with its fade time. Okay. All right. I think there's a shot that's going to work. Let's go refresh. Refresh the overlay. Refresh the data. Let's bring up some conditions. Oh, I know what happened before when I hit the buttons and nothing was going on. It was because the condition state in the C# app was already had them set, but down below, because we refreshed, did not have them set. So we weren't seeing anything, and what was happening is I was turning them all off initially. Let's hit restack. Okay, restack works. Let's hit the 10 button to get rid of Denji. Interesting, they actually faded out before Denji did. There's a delay in that. Let's match the delay. Let's figure out what that is. So we'll need a variable here, call it delay milliseconds. That, I suppose fade time should be renamed as well to fade time milliseconds. That would be a good disciplinary kind of maneuver. And now instead of saying fade out now, we want fade out, I think, in. Is that right? Fade out after. Delay milliseconds. There's our fade out time. Okay. We need our delay in here. This looks like the delay I'm interested in right here. Oops. That was a bad move. Delay to remove. I'm just not sure. I'm looking at the code. I'm not quite able to, not a string, sorry, that one would be a number. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure if it's this or if it's simply delay ms. Maybe for fade out, plus fade out time divided by 2. Let's see what happens with that. Refresh. Refresh. And let's add some conditions. Let's hit the restack. Let's now get rid of 10. I'm okay with that. Let's bring 10 back. So there's our last bug we got to go after here. Okay, so let's see. We got this one. And now we're going to work on this one. Add NPC conditions when the player is added. Because right now those conditions are there, so if I go in and I start hitting the buttons, like, I don't remember which ones I selected, but some of these won't work. I'll try blinded. Yeah, I just hit blinded, nothing happened. I do it again, and we'll see it, right? There it is. Yeah, so we say blinded, charmed, nothing happened, charmed again. Let's hit restack. All right, I'm gonna do deafened, nothing happened on deafened. Fatigued, I'm gonna make sure, go through all the other ones to make sure it's only those two. I just got rid of another one. Invisible, I just got rid of. Paralyzed, nope. All right. Yeah, so we've got blinded and charmed up there for Denji. I make Denji disappear. And I make him come back. And we see nothing. And now if I were to go in and hit blinded and charmed and then deafened, those three, we'll only see deafened. Here it goes. Blinded, charmed, deafened. Yeah. So that's what's happening. So we're just not in sync when we come back and show them. So let's figure that out. Add NPC conditions when the player is added. How much time do I got? About 18 minutes. Maybe just enough time to solve this. So somewhere in here we've got an add in-game creatures here. There. Interesting. There's where we create a new one. We add it to the list. That's inserting it right there. Create animations for recently added creatures. Oh, look at this. Then we call add in-game creature. Okay, cool. Where's the second place we're calling it from? Set in-game creatures. Okay. And then I think I want this .condition manager dot. Do I have a show conditions? Dang, what do I have? Add conditions, update conditions. Oh, this could work. It's got a lot of parameters, but let's see if we can figure them all out. Here, update in-game creature. Let's try. Let's take a look at what we can do here. All right, let's look at these parameters here. This goes with the existing creature. That's just the in-game creature. Right there. There's their conditions. We have a compare set of conditions that we're passing in. Have a none. All right. So that's going to compare the two, and if there are any changes, it's going to add them. I'm pretty sure that's going to work. This is my endgame creature again. So we're going to grab pass its index in. The right edge, we got to figure that out. There's our scale, sound manager, hue shift. Is that in here really? No, it just hasn't told us not to do it yet. Get hue shift for an in-game creature. Sweet. Oh, I like this. That's awesome. How awesome is that? 0, 240, and 60. That's coming from an analysis of this. Holy cow. That's impressive. Okay, there's my hue shift. What else do I have coming in here? It's really just my right edge I need to figure out. See if we can find another call where we're calculating that right edge. Well, I don't even see right edge in here. Oh, there it is, nameplate left edge. That's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Right edge. Get condition right edge with existing creature. Okay. Okay. See if that works. I don't think it worked because I think we were expecting to see it right there. Let's just try again. Yeah, no, that did not work. Is that true? Wait, let's just double check. Let's add some conditions here. Blinded, charmed. Those came in fast. So maybe I didn't have them. Maybe it did work. Let's go disappear 10 and then reappear 10. No, it's not working. Okay. Update conditions. Oh, look here. This is if condition is not equal to conditions of none. Well, actually, wait there. I think we're still okay. This is if there's a difference here. I'm just looking at the logic. Is the logic the problem because I'm passing in none here? I don't think so. I think this logic's going to work. Oh, I got the order wrong. I think that's my problem. Existing conditions is first. Compare conditions is what we're adding to. Right? Is that true or not? Hold on. The bid is set. This and that. If it's set, then we remove it. Yeah. So I think my problem may be as simple as changing these around. Well, I hope that would be it. That would be awesome. Let's try that. Nice! It did work. I just had those, you know, the logic, the core logic was right. Outside there was a mistake. So now if we hide number 10, and then we re-show number 10, oh, it did work. And I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thanks, Coding Gorilla, for cheering us on there. I love it. That's awesome. There's the disappear. There's the reappear. There's the 9. Removing 9 now. We see the slide. Adding in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove those again. Yeah, that's really good. Targeting. Let's switch targeting to 8 now. Turn off of 10. Whoops. Turn off of 10 and actually we'll do just target 9 and we'll go in for conditions for Cloudflare and we'll throw a bunch in there. And then we'll go Lady Tirania next. Turn off Cloudflare and then give her some conditions. Okay, not bad. Let's insert some characters here and or remove them. Yeah, it's good. It looks nice. Okay, so I'm going to call that done. And now what's my time? I have like a ridiculously short amount of time, 8 minutes to try to get wrapping to work. I like that they fly back into, not just reappear. Yeah, I like that too. And it makes me wonder if they should all, you know, kind of fly off and go like like that when they go away. It's something we could do. I don't think it would be hard to do. But I also kind of like, though, I'm not compelled, I don't have a compelling argument to do it. Right? When we get rid of 9 and they disappear, it kind of feels okay. They are disappearing a little too late, though, I think. See, they're a little too late. I think... let me go find remove in-game creature. Fade out conditions here. I think it might just be delay milliseconds. I want to try that. Let's refresh that. All right, so let's hit 11. Nope, that wasn't it either. Maybe it's just this. You know, this fade out time MS thing is not really what I'm looking for there. I think it's that now. Let's try that, see what that gives us. And then remove. There we go. That's in sync now. Okay. Yeah, so I'm okay with the remove just having them fade out. Because generally you don't want to call attention to it. But if somebody suddenly shows up, it's okay to call attention to them. That's a bigger event. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, it works for me. It feels pretty good. But yeah, we have to make it so that these things stack across into a rectangular space. That's what we need to do. Let's do this. In the few minutes we have, what do I got? I got about 5 minutes. let's kind of bring up PowerPoint and think about what we're going to be doing. I guess I'll be doing it on Tuesday. We'll do this on Tuesday. We're in condition stack. And let's create a new slide. And we'll just kind of visualize the columns and what that's going to look like. Let me grab a couple of these. And let's do this, make them a little bit bigger here so we can kind of visualize them. And I guess I was thinking that there would structurally, I guess we'll talk about some of the scenarios we have to be able to deal with. This is an okay scenario, right? We don't have to do anything to change that. This is not an okay scenario. We have, if there are 3 columns, that is. Let's show what our columns are on this. Let's do this. All right, let's take this and subtract that. Actually, let's do that first. Where's my subtract? Is that it? That's intersect. I don't want intersect. I want subtract. There it is. Okay, that one. All right, so there's my subtraction. And let's subtract that. All right. So this is my indicator for a column right here. That's all I'm trying to do here. Let's get something like that up there. So there's one column. Well, I'm feeling like I want this thinner. And maybe a little shorter, like that. All right, let's subtract that. Okay. All right, so there's 1 column, 2, and 3. Like that. So in this scenario, what we need to do is we need to say, okay, let's find ones from the largest column and move them to the shortest column until, I think that's the algorithm, until we have no more than a difference of 1 between the largest and the shortest. So find the bottommost, I don't know if that's a word or not as a whole word. Find the bottommost tile from the longest column and move to the shortest column until column differences between tallest and shortest is less than 2. So it could be 1 or 0, right? It would be 0 in the case that we had 1 more of these up here. Yeah. So let's label these 2 as well. Column 1, 2, and 3. Once we make this work for 3 columns, it'll work for 2, 1, all of that. So I think 3 is the problem space we want to deal with. Make it work for 3 columns. So that's my column index right there. And let's group those. And so we've got a couple examples here. Yeah, so here's an example where we go from here to here. That's what we want to do. We can make another example. Oops. It could go from here to here to here, like this. This is an example, which is kind of what the top one is already doing and showing right there. This one would go this one might be several steps as well. Yeah, that's how I envision the algorithm. I think it's looking like that. And then the next step is, well, look, we still have a difference of 2. It's got to be less than 2. In other words, this is 1 tall and this is 3 tall. So we've got to do that to bring it down to here. That's kind of what's going on there. So I think that's the algorithm. And that's what we're going to work on. All right. With that, let's get a raid. See who we're going to raid out to. Thanks so much for helping us out today, Coding Gorilla, Pudding, Genescu7. It's good to see all of you. And let's get the raid going out here. What do we got? Let's throw you over to James. Have a good weekend. You too. Check us out Sunday night on Dragon Humpers. Right there. There's the link in the chat room. Click that before the raid if you want to go, if you haven't not following that. And say hi to James for me.